how can you make the most out of Q4 of this year? What can you do to win right now, despite what is going on around you? Welcome back to another episode of All or Nothing in Real Estate. I'm your host, Matt Smith, the founder of All or Nothing in Real Estate. This podcast is a movement to give back to this amazing industry. Has given so much to me. Guys, today I'm just going to dive right in. There's a lot on my heart. There's a lot on my mind. And I know there's a lot of you that are struggling right now. There's a lot of people that are putting things in cruise control in Q4 because of so many things happening around us. And I know we'll be planning for big New Year's resolutions. The new year, new me's are coming soon. But for those of you tuning in and actually want to make a difference and actually want to build a life on purpose and actually want to move the needle forward while everyone else is hibernating, is taking a step back, is using every excuse in the book on why they can't. I'm going to unpack for you today some can-do mentality and how can you make the most out of Q4 of this year? What can you do to win right now, despite what is going on around you? So, guys, I'm fired up today. I'm excited to share this with you. We are heading into the final stretch of the year, and I know a lot of us are feeling it. Maybe things didn't go as planned. Maybe you're worn out, you're tired, and maybe the circumstances around us of the market, interest rates, inventory, the election, you name it. There's a lot going against us right now. But here's the truth. When things get hard, the end of the year, let's use sports analogies, the fourth quarter is where champions are made. Guess what you're in right now? You're in the fourth quarter of your year. This is where separation happens. And if you're ready to finish the year strong, then this episode is for you. So, there's a lot of thoughts that I have and I'm going to share and I'm going to unpack. Think about it. Right now, this is the time of year where people slow down. They take the foot off the gas. But if you're listening to this, that's not you. You want to grow. The people that are tuned in right now, challenging times, those aren't setbacks. Those are opportunities. You see, the people who understand this, who can flip the script and see these challenges for what they really are, a chance to rise above, a chance to overcome, a chance to improve, a chance to, dare I say it, separate yourself from the competition. Those are the ones who will finish the year not just strong, but will finish way ahead of everyone else. And you want to talk about new year, new me? Just a quick tangent if you don't know me. And if you've not listened to me before, I think the new year, new me bullshit never works, because if you need a new year to be a new you, you really got problems. And so I want today to be the new you. I want today to be the day that you make the decision. I'm going to finish my fourth quarter strong. I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to realize I know what it takes. I'm going to do what it takes day in and day out. And I'm going to finish the fourth quarter strong. Let's be real. Most people think when things get hard, it's the time you should slow down. It gets harder, so it's harder, man. I'm just going to slow down. But I'm going to tell you how winners think. I'm going to tell you how the elite think. I don't care if you want to use a sports reference, you want to use real estate team leaders, you want to use coaches, you want to use agents, you want to use people that are winners. They understand that challenging times are that little reminder. This is my season. This is my chance. Everyone else is going to give up. When things get hard, that's my opportunity to level up. You see, the pressure you feel, the obstacles that are in your way, I want to encourage you to look at those as those are the items that separate those who are serious, those who actually want success, those who actually want to change their life, from those who aren't. So I'm going to make an assumption. If you're listening to this, I'm going to assume that you're serious. I'm going to assume that you want to level up. I'm going to assume that you want your fourth quarter to be your best quarter ever. So where does it start? It's pretty simple. Right here in your mindset. What does your mindset say? Whenever someone says, oh, interest rates, I literally talked to a lender today. Interest rates shot up about a point in the last 30 days. You know what my mindset was? I pulled out my inner Jocko Willink. If you don't follow him, you should. You know what he says when things are hard? Good. When obstacles are thrown your way? Good. Because that's going to test me to see what I'm made of. And I know I'm going to bet on me. See, the majority of people are going to give up when things get hard. They're going to take it easy because it's the fourth quarter and I'm hard this year. It's just been so hard. Or, well, we have holidays coming up. They're going to put it on cruise control and they're going to coast. And that means it is your opportunity to pass them by. For those of you listening, this is your quarter to dominate. It's time for you to take more than your fair share. This is where you build momentum into, if you want a new year and a new you, it starts right now. The people who finish strong are the ones that are going to set the tone, not just for the next quarter, but for the entire year. What if I said for the entire next 5 years of your life starts today? And the ones that are going to win, the ones that are going to look back on their life 5 years from now and not even recognize who they used to be, are the ones that aren't slowing down. They're speeding up. They're leaning into the challenging times. They're taking it on the chin. They're looking in the mirror and saying, it is what it is, and it takes what it takes. What do I need to do differently so that I can have a better result? And then they do it. And then they're disciplined and do it again. Then they watch their game film and they improve little by little by little. I don't remember the exact amount. I should probably Google it. And there'll be somebody here that corrects me because it's not 100% accurate, and good for you. You win. But there's a saying out there, and there's a quote that I listened to. It was in a podcast I was listening to as I was walking yesterday. It said a penny doubled every day. How many of you can save a penny a day? Everybody can save a penny a day. If you can save one penny, you can save two, right? What if I told you a penny doubled for 30 days is over $1 million? Think about it. It's the compound effect. Are you going to save that penny today? And are you willing to double it tomorrow? Pretty simple. Do you have the mindset of this is my opportunity? Speaking of opportunity, challenging times. We're in challenging times. And here's my crystal ball. The next 12 months are going to be tough. It's not getting better overnight. The unicorn market is over. One of my mentors, Andy Frisella, talks about test days. Guess what? You're in a test market. But the greatest opportunities that you will have in your life come in the toughest times you will face. When everyone else is cutting corners, slowing down, quitting, that's when you got to move forward. One foot in front of the other. What can I do to win the day today? You know, a lot of people are struggling with confidence right now, and I get it. Maybe you've been beat up this year. Maybe you haven't had the year that you expected or the year that you wanted, or maybe you're just not where you want to be. Cool. How do you overcome it? First and foremost, you got to own it. You got to accept it and accept your fault in where you are. I got a newsflash for you. And I say this because I care. You are where you are because of the choices, the habits, the disciplines, the rituals, and the routines that you have, period. Are there people winning right now? Yep. Are there people selling real estate right now? Yep. Are there people having their best year ever right now? Yep. You can yab at me all day. but it's not going to help you. And I want to help you. You see, the real reality is the world's not going to give you an easy path. The world has a weird way of rewarding those who just don't give up, those who persevere. Like Rocky Balboa said, it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and get back up and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. You see, the people who push through when it's hard, those are the ones that get ahead. I can think back, and some of you have heard my story, and I can give you all kinds of excuses of why I'm not. I didn't have a chance here. I didn't have a chance there. I had money stolen there. I blah, 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 blah. But I learned lessons through those things. And I am who I am because of those challenging times. And I just want to remind you of one of my favorite quotes. And I believe I got this from Ed Milet. And I've given a couple talks on it. But I'm a big believer in life doesn't happen to me. Life happens for me. Life doesn't happen to me. Life happens for me. You see, we can play a victim all that we want, but victims don't win. I want you to be a victor, not a victim. You see, if you point the finger and you blame outside circumstances, you blame your childhood, you blame the interest rates, you blame your team leader, you blame this lead generation source, whatever it is you point the finger at, you could be right. Let's pretend you're 100% right at blaming that person. Now what? You win. You win. You're right. What good does that do you? Absolutely nothing. So quit trying to find someone to point the finger and blame and hold up your best friend for Q4. Your best friend is going to be the mirror, and have an honest conversation with yourself. You know what? If you've made it this far, I believe in you. I believe you can do it. That's why I'm doing this show. That's why I'm doing this podcast. Because I know hard times make people want to pull back. But those that choose to persevere and move forward, those that believe that now is an opportunity, you already have a step ahead of everyone else. Because you know how many people in this world are looking for a problem for every solution? Do you know how many people in this world are looking for someone to blame and point the finger at so they don't have to have that challenging conversation with their best friend, the mirror? Those that accept extreme personal responsibility in Q4 and change your habits, change your disciplines, those are the ones that are going to win. Those are the ones that are going to learn lessons and build habits and build disciplines that will serve you a lifetime. And let's think about it from this perspective. When most people quit, how's it an opportunity? When most people quit, when it gets hard, like right now, we talk about everyone talks about all these agents that get out of the business, 70,000 in 1 year. And then there's studies of another 200,000, and who knows what the actual number is, but it's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of agents over the last year plus that have gotten out of the business. Why has that happened? Guess what? You're still here. I want you to make the choice. Are you going to be here in 2025? Or are you just going to put your license on pause? You're going to give up on your dreams. You're going to go get a real job, have to clock in and clock out, and forget why you got in this business to begin with. You probably wanted freedom. That doesn't sound like freedom to me. That sounds like someone giving up. And I just want to encourage you, when most people quit, when all these agents get out of the business, that provides an opportunity for you, creates an opening. As an example, when I started in real estate, I remember in my marketplace, everyone's like, man, Matt, you missed it. Whew, you should have been here last 5 years. Wow, we've been on a run. I even had people tell me stories when they pulled into the office, they had 5 buyers waiting to buy a house. They just got to, who's got the biggest budget? I'll take you first. Could you imagine? And then when things got a little tough, when houses started sitting on the market, when homeowners didn't have much equity, and the market got a little challenging, that's when I got into the business. And I'm so blessed and grateful that I did. It built habits and rituals and routines that stick with me today that will allow me to dominate in any marketplace, because I'm not afraid to look in the mirror. Am I perfect? Hell no. Far from it. But I also know that if I'm the problem, I'm also the solution. So if you built your business during COVID, awesome. I put on cruise control in COVID too. But for the last year, I've been diving in, hitting my business head on. I'm in the trenches. I'm deep in this business because I'm paying for the mistakes that I made when the market was good. I didn't give up. I'm not folding. Right now is the biggest opportunity that I have seen since I've been in real estate for someone that actually devotes the time to it. And I hope this relates to you because I know you can win. Quit looking at challenging times as your excuse to quit. Instead of your choice to quit, they're your chance to get stronger. Think about it from this perspective. Challenging times are an opportunity for you to show you what you're made of. Yeah, when's the last time you were proud of yourself? You did something you didn't want to do. You jumped in a cold plunge. You did the workout. You showed up and made the calls even though you didn't want to make them. Let's talk about fitness as an analogy. We've all not wanted to work out before and forced ourselves to do the workout. After that workout, how do you feel? You feel on top of the world. Nothing's going to ruin your day. You are so damn proud of you for pushing through and keeping that commitment to yourself. That's where confidence comes from. Keeping the promise you made to yourself. And too many of us are struggling with confidence right now because we're not keeping those promises to ourselves. What is my daily minimum standard of activity I need to do to win the day today? Then do it. First and foremost, nothing else matters until that is done. So if you're in a tough spot right now, good. That means you're about to grow. That means you're about to have a breakthrough. Don't run from it. Lean into it. Embrace it. So many of us wish it were easier. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. This is your chance to be better. Tough times make you better. As an example, if you go to the gym, let's say you go to the gym and the heaviest weight that you can lift is you can curl, say, a 20-pound dumbbell. And you curl that same weight every day for a year. After a year, curling the same weight, the weight feels a little different, doesn't it? Feels a little lighter after a year doing the same thing. But think about it. Did the weight get lighter? Nope. You just got stronger. It's the same thing in your business. This is your chance to build that muscle while everyone else is shying away from it. Don't just sit on the couch. Don't just give in. You were meant for this. You were meant for great things. Don't give up on your dreams. Bet on you. I believe in you. I know you can do it. So, action steps. How do you finish strong? First and foremost, you got to stop thinking that you've got time. You've got to stop thinking, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I'm reminded of another quote. Remember tomorrow. The choices and actions I make today, how will I feel about myself tomorrow? When you remember tomorrow and you keep those promises you made to yourself, you start to build belief and confidence in yourself. See, realize so many people walk around lackadaisical. Like, oh, I've got time. I can do that later. You know what winners do? They walk with intent. They walk with purpose. They realize that time is their greatest asset and they don't waste it. They make the most out of it. See, the reality is the year isn't over yet. If you wait to the new year to get serious, you're already behind. And for some of you, it may be too late. Right now, right this minute, I want you to look at your goals. I want you to look at what you said that you were going to do for you. And ask yourself, have you really given 100%? And if you haven't, good news. Now can be the time you make the change. But before you give up on your dream, before you give up on yourself, give yourself a shot and actually give it 100%. Not for a day, not for a week, not for a month, at least 90 days. All in, 100%. Not 80%, not 75%, not, hey, some days I do, some days I don't. 100%. Give it your all. This podcast is called All or Nothing. Right now is an all or nothing moment. Are your goals really your goals? Are your commitments really your commitments? Are you going to give it your all? Or are you going to find an excuse? See, winners find a way. Losers, they find an excuse. All right, action steps. Starts with your decisions. Decide. Every single day between now and the end of the year matters. Every day. Start now. See, if you can finish, if you can quote unquote close during the tough times, you're building something way bigger than you ever realize. You see, the market share that you gain in a tough, challenging, changing market will be some of the hardest things that you ever do in your real estate career. But that change will last you a lifetime. Not only that, you're building a better you, and no one can take that away from you. You're building discipline, you're building confidence, you're building belief in yourself, and you're proving to yourself that no matter what the outside circumstances are, you've got what it takes to win. What's cool about that? Nobody can take that away from you. See, the reality is that confidence that you can get from doing something like this and actually sticking through to those commitments, there's no amount of money, there is no coaching call, there is no event, there is no podcast that can ever replace that. That is something that will pay you dividends for the rest of your life. And the only one that can give it to you is you. Here's another action item. Sometimes we look at things, and I'm guilty of this. I look at things of what I could have done better, or where I was fell short, or where the gaps are, and what can I do better moving forward. And certainly that's important. But don't just focus on what you didn't do. Look back at the progress you've made. Celebrate some of the small wins. Give yourself a pat on the back and add a boy and add a girl. You've done some amazing things. You should be proud of it. Too many of us as high performers, high achievers, and I'm going to assume that's you if you're listening to this. We struggle with finding how things can always be better, which is awesome. And that's part of the reason that you are successful. But every now and then, stop and smell the roses. Give yourself, again, like I said, an attaboy and attagirl. Live in gratitude. An attitude of gratitude will help you with this mindset because you probably have a lot to be grateful for. I know I certainly do. All right, I've been pretty hard on you guys. It's because I care. And here's why. I want you to understand one thing, and I want to be very clear. And I mean this with absolutely everything I have inside of me. For those of you that know me, well, you know I have this massive heart that I want to help and impact so many people's lives. I want you to know that you have greatness inside of you. There is nothing that can stop you except for you. The only difference between people who finish the year strong and those who use the fourth quarter as an excuse to give up is the mindset they approach it with. You see, one person sees challenges and says, I'm done. I'm going to run the other way. And the winner, they see those same challenges and say, let's effing go. This is my moment. I was built for this. Which one are you going to be? Reminded of, I think it's an ET quote. I love me some ET. Winners win and losers lose. I can't explain it, but winners win and losers lose. I want to remind you in the fourth quarter, the game's not over yet. Give it your all as the last seconds of this year clock ticks down. Don't give in. Don't give up. You still have time. Act with urgency. You have it inside of you. Don't give up on you. You started for a reason. You didn't come this far to just come this far. Hope this is helpful, guys. I'm going to go back and listen to this myself. I need this pep talk. This was as much for me as it was for you. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. The show is growing like crazy. We've got some very special guests coming up in the near future, and super excited to continue to grow this and give back to this industry. I hope this message spoke to you. It spoke to me. Just ask you to do one favor if it did. Share this with a friend. If this episode spoke to you, there's someone else that you know that's going through a tough time right now that could use this motivation. So share that with a friend. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. I hope you have the best fourth quarter of your career. We'll see you on the other side.